Good morning.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
It's cold out here.
Yes.
It's 30, 29.
30. It's our first official freezing
cold out here.
morning walking
Lovely.
thing. So, and here we have another walker with a dog who wants to say hi coming by. So,
Okay, Barb, listen to this.
what's it hurt?
Okay, I just finished with the Bible studies, reading through Judges.
Okay.
It's appalling. It's so appalling. Have you read this book lately where every single judge is like so flawed?
Yeah.
They're all super flawed except for maybe Deborah, who we all love. She's awesome, but she wasn't actually like a real judge. But anyway, I'm asking God about it, especially in light of the elections that we just had and all of that. I'm like, wow, God, people that you use are super flawed. Like they're super flawed. And that makes it hard because sometimes when we look at all of that, what I tend to focus on is the flaws and go, oh my gosh, so flawed. And even when I look at myself, I tend to focus on the flaws.
We do that to
Anyway,
ourselves.
he reminded me that he made us human. And humans by design are cracked and flawed. And we live under, unless we change that, we can live easily under our old flawed natures. But when we invite the Spirit in, how the Spirit changes our lives and helps us to overcome the flaws and to become the people we were created, actually designed to be. And then I was like, yeah, that's true, but how do I get through until we're all made perfect in Him? Like, how do we get through just living life with each other and observing our leaders, observing the people around us? And I felt like
honoring them too, right? Honoring them,
yeah, how do we do that?
Yeah.
So I felt like he gave me that verse about whatever is true, noble, pure, good, all of that, which I can't remember where that is, but you know what I'm talking about. He said, do that. Like when you look at a person, instead of looking at the flaws and seeing them, it's okay to observe it and then push it aside. And what I want you to bring to the forefront is think about what's noble in them. Think about what's pure in them. Think about what's right and good in them. And my friend Josie is the one who was just blogging about this the other day. So it's hot on my mind. Like just practicing that, practicing seeing the good, trustworthy, worthy, pure, all of that. Practice that when we are observing each other. Flaws are easy to look at. This is a practice that we actually have to do.
Yeah, it reminds me of the verse about God calling the things that are not as though they are, right? He's seeing those qualities in each of us. So you had said a little earlier about the within the church, you know, how our propensity is to, we really easily see
Morning.
see the flaws and focus on the flaws because they can become so irritating when we do life together.
Yeah.
But what happens when we choose to focus on who God created them to be? Like, who are they actually? And we start to even bless those things. I was reading this morning about, we're in Ezekiel, my study, we're in Ezekiel, and I'm on the chapter 38 about the dry bones.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking of this as you're saying this. Sometimes those good qualities in us that God put in us, designed us to have, are like those dry bones. They have not been given life, or they need to be breathed. The life needs to be breathed back into them.
I love that. I love that. I love just the image of that dryness in people, or that part that isn't redeemed yet, and choosing to speak life into them and choosing to speak life over myself for all the flaws and cracks that I see in myself, instead of that being the focus. God, it's hard to like look in the dark and see things. That's what we're doing when we're trying to see something that isn't there. It's like looking in the dark and not seeing anything. But I feel like this verse about focusing on what's good and right and pure and noble, that's looking in the light.
Yeah.
And when you look in the light, you can actually see stuff. So it's become part of a new discipline in my life.
And it goes along with that. One of my favorite phrases is, what you focus on expands, right?
Oh yeah. So that is so true. It gets bigger, huh?
It gets bigger. And we do. It's really easy for us to focus on the negative things, and they get bigger.
And there's plenty of negative to focus on. But hey, there's plenty of positive to focus on because God is alive and well on planet Earth. So there's plenty.
Yeah. Is his breath fogging up your glasses?
Yes! This is a big dog!
All right, That's all we got
Okay.
this morning.
Bye.
Bless you.